What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everybody tuning in. I want to talk about Sidora. She is part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta crew. And she's been going through this divorce for like the last couple of years. And she's been ordered to temporarily vacate the Georgia mansion. And her ex was awarded primary custody in the interim. You got to ask yourself the question, what is she doing that is causing her to be taking these L's in court? Either she has bad representation or she really does not want to have custody of those kids, and maybe that's pissing off the judge, and that's why he told her she has to leave the home. That's one of the only things I could think of, because the courts, especially in Georgia, usually in a lot of these states, are very lenient towards women who come into the courtroom, whether it's for child support, whether it's for divorce. They're very lenient towards these women. But in this situation, for her to be taking these L's in court just shows you that she must be doing a very poor job of presenting herself in court. But we're going to get more into the story just to see what's going on here. It's according to People Magazine. Sidora must temporarily vacate the Georgia home she shares with Ralph Pittman by May 31st per court order. Pittman was also temporarily awarded primary physical custody of their two children during the school year starting in August. Sidora previously alleged in the divorce filing that Pittman was a serial cheater and claims he was mentally and financially abusive and physically aggressive during the marriage. Well, the judge didn't buy that. That's why he told you to vacate the home, and he's giving him primary custody during the school year, which means he's the more responsible parent. Because that school year runs from August to like May? So she's only going to get the kids for a couple of months? The judge must have saw right through her act. Definitely. Because courts are always looking to give the women the win in court. The kids, the support, the home, all of that. Sidora has been ordered to temporarily leave the Georgia home she shared with estranged husband Ralph Pittman. According to an amended temporary order obtained by TMZ, Sidora, who's 40, must be out of her Georgia mansion by May 31st. The judge reportedly ordered her to vacate the marital home because of the current financial circumstances of the parties. Sidora and Pittman must continue splitting expenses until the mom of three leaves the home, per the outlet citing the document. The former couple will reportedly also share joint legal custody of their two children, son Makai and daughter Anaya. Pittman himself, who's 43, was awarded primary physical custody of the kids during the school year, while Sidora will have parenting time on alternating weekends beginning in August, according to TMZ. They didn't buy that BS abuse story. How do you go from y'all got to understand this. This is why I'm doing this video, because you just don't see a case like this where the woman, if you look at her, she presents herself physically very well, right? She goes to court. She makes all these accusations towards him. And the judge said, you know what? I'm going to give him primary custody for the children during the school year, and he gets the house. You got to go by May 31st. You never see that. You never see women take L's like this after in a divorce. So she's obviously doing something that's pissing off the judge, because they're not buying her BS story about abuse. What it seems to me, this is just my opinion, they don't see her as a responsible parent. She gets alternating weekends. Like, what is she doing? Like, is she really, this is why I said at the beginning of this video, does she really want her kids? Does she really want to have her kids on a full-time basis? Obviously she does not, because they would have made sure the kids were with her. And maybe the courts can see that she don't want those kids full time. And he, by the way, seems to be the most responsible parent. Reps for Sidora did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. A rep for Pittman had no comment when read. A rep for Sidora told TMZ that the matter is still being actively litigated and is in the middle of the final trial. The second temporary order is in fact, temporary and does not reflect on the final outcome. Well, that's not a good look. That lets me know he's fighting back, and he's fighting back, and he wants his joint custody. He does not want to give up the home. That's why she had to leave. And it seems like he's doing well as far as his case is concerned in this divorce. And she's doing a very poor job, right? Pittman, who currently lives in the basement of the Georgia house, will be allowed to go upstairs to help prepare the kids for school. Alongside her two kids with Pittman, Sidora also was a mom of Josiah, who's 14 from a previous relationship. So her and the 14-year-old got to go. Because I don't know, are they going to allow her son from a previous relationship to live in that home too? People exclusively confirmed in March of 2023 that Pittman filed for divorce from Sidora. So he divorced her. The two were married in August of 2014. Love is a beautiful thing, Pittman said in an exclusive statement at the time. Unfortunately, we have made the difficult decision to move on to our next chapters. Independent of each other, Drew and I have decided to file for divorce. We have 3 amazing young children, and their mindset and growth is what is most important as we navigate this difficult time. I ask that you please respect our privacy. They're just going over what they had to say. That's her statement about the separation. Let's go to this. According to court document obtained by people at the time, Pittman requested joint legal and physical custody of their children. However, Sidora also filed her own divorce petition and noted that there is no chance or hope of reconciliation between the spouses. She asked for joint legal but temporary and permanent primary physical custody. The step-up actress later submitted an amended divorce filing with several allegations against Pittman. Of course, you never see a divorce without a woman claiming abuse, claiming that he was a serial cheater and an adulterer who allegedly abused her mentally, physically, financially, and at one point got physically aggressive with her. But she's saying this, but not only was he rewarded temporary custody of the kids for the school year, he also got the house. So it looks to me like the judge didn't buy what she was saying. The judge didn't buy it. Straight up lying in court. In July of 2024, Sidora told people that her 3 kids are thriving since she separated from Pittman. I couldn't be more proud. They're super respectful and just doing great. Throughout the process, I know it hasn't been easy for them too, but they give so much love to me. And I think they're doing a great job just balancing and dealing with the changes, she added. Well, if they're doing good, he is the reason, because they are going to be in his custody. Nobody was buying your abuse story. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, women got to understand you need a new strategy. This whole claiming a man abused you in a relationship, it's not working no more. We saw it with Jeezy and Jenny Mai. That didn't work. Y'all be claiming these men he dated you and married you when you had a child by another man. You came into the relationship as a single mother. It doesn't state whether he had any kids in a relationship before the relationship, but he accepted and embraced your son. And you separate from him. You put out this statement like everything is good, we're amicably splitting. But as soon as it's time to go to court, here come the allegations. He's abusive physically, financially, but the judge didn't buy it. whoever, the judges, they think that you're lying. And that's why they awarded him custody temporarily. That's why they awarded him the house. And they're telling you, you got to get out by May 31st. They don't want you nowhere near the house when them kids go back to school. That is an L. That's why I say you don't see too many cases like this. That's why I had to speak on it. Because you don't see this a lot. You don't see this where a woman goes to court and throws everything but the kitchen sink of allegations and it's not believed. As a matter of fact, he gets even more. Everything he's asking for, he got. He's going to have primary custody of the kids and he has the house. He don't have to be in the basement no more. And you got to go. I hope women understand that your strategy of blaming men and talking about them being abusive is over. It's not going to be believed. You need a new strategy. You're going to have proof of your abuse or you're not going to be believed. So let me say in the comment section, let me know your thoughts, like the video, and share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms and I'll see y'all next one.